I am live. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to my live stream. I thought I shall end the week with a just diving into this topic. I just went live in my next level mission program, so I just felt inspired to come on here and talk talk some more to round the week off. So in today's session, I'm going to cover 7 things you can do to what did I say? 7 things you can do when you're feeling stuck or you're not sure what your next steps are, right? You don't have clarity, and you just that kind of feeling that we all get at some point when we're walking the path and we're trying to rise up and up level and shift old things and step into new things, and sometimes we can just feel this kind of stagnancy. So it's not a very nice feeling. So this is a live stream if you want to help yourself to kind of shift out of it, and also you can just bookmark this if maybe this is not where you are, but when you perhaps do feel this. So I'm going to just share with you 7 things that really definitely help me shift, and I'm going to share something at the end for any of you that may want to dive in a bit deeper into this, because of course we all have different reasons as to why we get stuck or we don't have that clarity. So what I'm going to share with you, 7 really helpful things, but I'm not saying that's going to totally solve the thing. It just depends on what you've got going on, but these things definitely help. So it's a great starting point, even if you don't do anything else at this stage. But yeah, I will share something with you if you do want to go a bit deeper. So number 1 is release. And bear with me when I share this first one, hanging, because we're going to get a bit more practical as well. But the first one is the most important thing, and I do this when I feel it, is release this identity to I am stuck, because you know how this works, right? And a lot of this is just reminding you. But when you reinforce that I'm stuck, why am I stuck, like it just perpetuates it. And I've definitely done this on the journey, and every time I've done it, it's like, reminder, snap myself out of this. And it always comes to a decision and a choice. So I just encourage you, if you are in that mindset and maybe you've been here for a while and you've almost normalized it. So let's just get you out of this right now. Release this idea that I am stuck, right? Reframe it. And if you need to write it down and stick it somewhere, I typically journal, these things, but just to get into this. So how that would look like, it's not about pretending that everything's amazing, but you're just coming out of I'm stuck. And I would typically tell myself I'm, what would I say? I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing. I'm open to insights. I'm now allowing myself to receive clarity. I am now moving forwards with expansiveness. I open myself up to divine guidance. Like I'll reinforce this with myself and get out of this stuck energy. Because you know why? Also, being stuck is actually a bit of a myth. So I really believe this. I feel like when we're in it, it's just there's a reason. There's something really valuable that's happening, and what it tells you is that you don't like what is happening, and this is why you get the feeling that you get. And it's really like a horrible kind of yucky feeling, right? So understand that there's treasure here for you. So release this idea, like just acknowledge that this is where you are, and then get into, as soon as you can, back into this idea of I am allowing myself to receive my next insight. I am open. I'm going to keep the doors open, and this is where I am, right? That's number 1, really important. And if you can reflect, or if you feel like you want to write them out, I write them out, because I just kind of brainwash myself in the best possible way, right? So number 1. Okay. Number 2 is kind of coming off that, is like, use this. If you start to use this, let's call it a chapter. It's not your whole story. It's just a chapter. If you use this chapter that you're in, where you don't really know where the hell you're going, and what there's a stuckness there of some kind, is simply write out all the stuff that you're no longer feeling aligned with, that does feel stuck, that does feel a bit trapped or a lot trapped, stuff that you do not like right now. So even if you don't know where you're going, what the hell that looks like, how to realign, how to get into that amazing expansive energy, you will, from this place, definitely be aware. Even if you think you're not, you'll be aware of the shit that you don't like anymore. Right? So what I suggest is you sit down and you tap into what is feeling stagnant right now, what is feeling heavy, or not you, annoying the shit out of you, whatever. It could be strong feelings you've got about it, but just rewrite it now. So you're going to make 2 lists. First one is write out all the stuff you just had enough with. This is so liberating in itself because it gets you into a moving energy, because sometimes we go into this victim kind of disempowered place of I'm so stuck and everything in my life. Like when I get into that stage, I will write a list and I will get it all out of my system. I do it every so often, usually just before a big up level. So this is a really good sign if you're stuck, because it means you're probably on the brink of something like really, really amazing, right? So write it all out, all the stuff you're sick and tired of and you no longer resonate, and then rewrite each thing. And you can either say, I'm now stepping into ... or I'm now calling in ... So you don't have to figure out the how bit. You don't have to figure out, I don't mean that in a cliche, don't worry about the how. Like we do need the practical later at some point, but I'm just saying for now, you don't need to have all the answers. You just have to tap into, I don't like this. So I'm now, let's say, I'll just give you an example. Like, let's say you're writing out, this would have been me a few years ago when I was almost going to recreate my own burnout that I had previously with the back-to-back sessions I was doing at one point. And I wrote out, like, I'm so, done with being exhausted from overworking again. Here I go. So I'm now stepping into, creating my business with much more space, right? Let's say I wrote that out. I wouldn't know yet how I was going to create it or what that would look like yet, but I just made the decision. I was done with this and I'm now calling in this. I'm now stepping into this. What this does is just opens the door. It just opens the door to, okay, we're going to bring in some new energies and we're going to get out of this kind of stagnant crap, right? That isn't for us. Okay. So that's really important. So write 2 lists and then write them all out. What feels stagnant and then what you now want instead. Right. Number 3, nice and easy. Drink a whole load of water. Double your intake of water, because when we are energetic beings in a physical form, and when we have that energy of stagnancy and we don't really like it, a lot of things can feel quite clogged up, so we want to help it along. So I find usually for some reason when I'm in that situation, I feel like I'm also dehydrated and I think one feeds the other. So if you can just mindfully, like, write these down as notes even. Number 3, just drink loads of water. Just if you're feeling stuck, stagnant, heavy, drink a load of water. That will help just move things through your body. It will also help you process emotions that are coming through, heavier energies. All of this stuff needs to move, and water, we need it in our bodies. I know it's really obvious, but we just forget when we're in this state. And I'm literally just reminding you, this is nothing like crazy out there, but it's just the amount of people that forget to do this is kind of funny, right? So drink a whole ton of water, just double your intake if you need to. Number 4, you won't feel like doing this, but do it anyway. Exercise, move your body, do something to physically move you. And this is a particularly important one. If you're like me and you're like working from home, you work online, like my whole business is online, I could, if I'm not careful, be like this, static at my desk, at my laptop, writing all day, like, writing my books, creating my content is very online. And so a lot of us are doing a lot of things online. So exercise, move your body. It's a catch-22, because when you're stuck and stagnant, you feel lethargic, you don't want to move. But then when you don't, you feel more lethargic, like you don't want to move. So you have to break the cycle. So this is just a cutting through the noise, zhuzhing you up if you need it. Just move your body, even if you're maybe not someone who typically exercises. That would be like a complete new thing for you to bring in. You could try, but even if nothing else, and I often get my clients to do this, if you just get your Spotify or your CD player, whatever the hell you listen to music on these days, and just play a song and just dance, even if you're not in the mood, you're annoyed inside of you, just dance for 3 minutes. Move your body. You don't even have to dance, just move your body as if you are pretending that you're exercising, right? Do something to shift your body. If that's not your thing, get a skipping rope and skip for a few minutes. If you don't have a skipping rope, jump up and down for 3 minutes, set your timer on your phone. Doesn't matter what it is, move your body, because when you do that, it is sometimes the single most helpful thing we can do to just shift. And the reason that's a particularly powerful one, I'm kind of talking to those of you who are, you're very connected. A lot of the people that come to in my space, you're very energetically aware. you're into, you know that you're developing yourself spiritually, you get about the energy. And sometimes those types of people forget the physical body that you're in. So you could be an expert at manifesting internally with your energy and journaling and meditating and all these wonderful practices, but then this could be the piece that is absolutely liberating for you. And I know that I am, when I've just forgotten that about myself, I can feel the stagnancy. And sometimes what happens is not even a stagnancy, it's a very creative energy that flows through us when we have a lot of ideas. We're here on a mission, we have lots of things we want to do, words we want to express, things we want to move into directions with, but then we don't act on them. You might be like me, where you get this traffic jam of creativity inside you. And my guides were telling me for ages, exercise, exercise, exercise. And I always found a reason not to. And then every time I just get out of my own way and just get back into it, I just feel better. I think better. I get insights better. Everything improves. So I really want to encourage you. Don't let the word exercise put you off. Go for a run. Go for a jog if that's your thing. It's not my thing. So I like to do like workout videos. I have like 10-minute high intensive workout videos where I can feel that in my body the next day. I like it. I like dancing around. I like music, but I need to move my body. I need to sweat in some way. And I'm more at the top of my game when I do that. So that's a really big one for a lot of us. On that note, very quickly, if you do have some kind of physical ailment or restriction, you've injured yourself, use your common sense. This is not about overriding your body. When I was really, really ill, housebound, couldn't work, couldn't move, couldn't go out, there was still an element of I needed to move my body. So in those worst dark days, the only thing that I could manage was a very, very gentle yoga for fatigue. And the first section, I could only do the first 5 minutes for months. Could only do the first 5 minutes. And the first 5 minutes involved moving my arms like really slowly up and down and breathing. And that's the only bit of my body I could move, but it still allowed movement, right? So this doesn't have to be rigorous. It could be gentle as well. So obviously just pay attention to your body. And this isn't about overriding yourself, right? If you're recovering from something, I'm very in tune with that. So obviously, yeah, go with your guidance on your body, but do something. Absolutely could be very gentle, but you're going to allow the energy to move. So exercise, number 4. Number 5, good old steady one for me, is take a shower. Get yourself in that shower. If you're stuck, you're not sure, you're trying to figure it out, you're trying to think, get yourself in the shower, and preferably pair it with playing music or listening to something. If you want silence, have silence, but I like to really sometimes I have a shower and I just love silence. It's really nice for me. And other times I just want the music blasting. And other times when I get dressed, I'm just like listening to something, that I like could be someone's podcast, could be someone that I like listening to. I just feed myself in that, because what that does is energetically, it completely washes away all the stagnancy. Water is like the number one thing. But also it just gets you to step away from it. Like if you're sitting there trying to figure this out, I've done that. I've sat there with my journal going, what is my next steps in my mission? And it won't come. And then I have to let it go. And when I've got myself into the shower, it's amazing that things just drop in. I get the best ideas. Most of the things I write come from an idea that I've had in the shower. So that always allows you to get into flow. Number 6, kind of just mentioned it, but it's the act of forgetting the thing. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to butt your head against the wall and just let it go. Usually we don't do that. We try and force and push and come up with an answer and give ourselves this like unrealistic time frame. Sometimes we're in a period of let's call it not even stagnancy. Let's move out of that now. It's into the period of sameness, maybe feeling a bit stale. And sometimes there's a treasure in there, like I said, and the act of being in there for long enough allows something else to arise. And so if you understand this and trust it, which I really do now, which is why I want to share it with you, if you can see that there's a magic in this space, when you're not sure, you can just breathe. So just step away from it and do something else. Go for a walk, go watch a movie, just forget it. And actually what you can find is it can come to you. So sometimes when you're trying to charge in, you're just blocking it. You're just getting so in your head about it, and your soul is trying to bring it through, but you're in your head. So just taking the pressure off and looking elsewhere can really help you. I've often done that when I'm trying to figure something out in the business or steps forward, and I just let it go. I could just be like, oh, I'm just going to completely let myself like go for the whole evening when I watch a film. And then halfway through the film, suddenly it's like, ta-da, it's come through, or nothing's come through. I've gone to bed and then I've woken up the next day and I'm like, ah, I think I've got an idea, right? So really, really, that's so powerful. It's so, so powerful. Give yourself that gift of just space. And then number 7 is just an energy shift, a way of thinking into a higher perspective, is know that you're never really stuck. This whole thing that I'm talking about, stuckness, actually isn't even, I don't really believe in stuckness anymore. I believe in the feeling that we get from not knowing or lacking clarity, but it's very much being out of alignment. And what I find is when you're in this space, if you embrace it and actually understand something really powerful must be going on for me right now. If suddenly things were okay and now you find yourself stuck, what that means is you've outgrown something. You may not consciously know, but something's happened, you've expanded, you've grown, you've shifted in a way that means the thing that was okay before now isn't. So I want you to know what a powerful place this is if you understand it and get out of this woe is me, why am I always stuck, why am I always, get out of that, reframe all of that and understand that there's power here for you, and you are an incredibly powerful being, that actually you do have everything inside of you. You already know, it's just often you've clogged it up with stuff, right? And we all do sometimes. So really, really understand that you've probably outgrown some things, and what an exciting place that is. So that's why I never panic. I never worry. I never feel bad for any of my clients that come in. And sometimes they come into me to work with me in a really, really bad state. Like they're really, you know, maybe they feel like they've kind of hit the bottom, but that's okay because I'm really comfortable with that. I've walked that path. I've brought many people through that path, but I also know that there is treasure in that. And actually, sometimes it can be the biggest blessing to hit that and feel really stagnant and really uncomfortable, like you just want to cry and scream at the universe. But there's something here for you. So, 7 things that you can try. And on that note, if you feel that that you maybe have tried these 7 things, or you need more, I want to invite you into what kind of dropped in yesterday out of nowhere. I had not planned this. I'd planned something else for next week, but this just dropped in yesterday. I want to invite you into a brand new session. It's the realignment session. And it was like, so needed right now. And it's just a single session with me. We're going to go deep diving into getting you out of this stagnancy, get you realigned. It's always a realignment thing, right? So we're going to get into that. We're going to do the necessary shifts. We're going to map out what is here for you. What are you now letting go of? How are we going to realign you? You're going to come away with clarity. And I've popped in the description of the session what came through. My guides kind of showed it to me. It was like, it's like a chiropractor session. It's like, we're going to click you back into realignment. We're going to readjust, like that lovely spine adjustment you get from a chiropractor that many of you know. This is what this session is going to do. It's going to crack you back into realignment, and then you're going to have clarity. So you're going to walk away feeling a lot more empowered, more focused. You understand where you're going. And we're going to throw in my self-study program that I did, might have been last year or the year before, I can't remember, but it was it's called Back on Track. So it's an 8-day really practical, directional program. I really love it. It's the process I always do beyond what I've shared here, of like how to really get yourself back on track when you've been, either you've just gone off course or you've expanded and you're now in a different place. So we're going to throw that in. So if you book a session, you'll get that program as well. So you'll have a way of supporting yourself after. So yeah, I'm really excited to share that with you. So I'll leave wherever you're watching this video. If you head to the description, you can see, or the comments or description, just check both. There will be a link for you to book the realignment session. I'm only allowing spaces for 5, and it's going to yeah, it's available at the intro price, a really, really amazing introductory price. So if you book before Monday will be the last day that you can get in at this price. It's super valuable. So don't stay stuck. If you need a realignment, energetic chiropractor, we're going to do that in this session. And I love it. It's like one of my favorite things to just see someone go from what the hell stagnant to feeling light, feeling aligned, like they know where they're going, right? Because that's sometimes we don't need a long thing. We just need a quick adjustment and getting back in. So check that out. And if you can't see the link for whatever reason, just send me a message or tag me somewhere and I can send that to you. All right. So I hope that helps. But yeah, this is a great place to start as well. And yeah, there's some great magic here for you. So if you can just allow it, yeah, be really exciting to see what your next level is, and it's calling you. This is why you're feeling the way you're feeling. So I send you so much love. Thank you for watching. Feel free to pop a comment here if you're watching on the replay, and have a lovely weekend or whenever you're happening to tune in. Okay, I'll see you very soon.